the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, the middle-class segment car, here today on Autogefühl, your number one resource for in-depth car reviews and your number one community to discuss cars, live from the Frankfurt Motor Show, the IAA 2015. This one here will be crucial for Alfa Romeo. As I said, they are back in the middle-class segment. Before we had the 156 actually, a very beautiful car. You maybe remember this famous advertisement in Venice where it was all on ice and the car was driving through iced Venice. It was really beautiful. Well, but then Alfa lost track kind of, and will this car bring Alfa Romeo back on track? This is the big question. Here on the outside, starting with this one here, this is the Quadrifoglio Verde version. It's the sports version of Alfa Romeo. So we got huge air intakes and a very low carbon fiber bumper, as well as 19-inch alloys at the side, and also at the rear a very big diffuser. And this video will also feature a special on the interior, because this one will be the most crucial part about this car in my opinion, because Alfa Romeo has actually not presented so high-class interiors so far in the last years or decades. So will this actually change right now? And we're also going to talk to the supplier of the interior equipment, so to get more background on especially this kind of feature. Another look at the Alfa Romeo Giulia, a new middle-class sedan, and they are actually all in the Quadrifoglio version here. Quadrifoglio Verde version here today. So all the top sports version you see, there's just little ground clearance. You especially see that in the front there. There's hardly any ground clearance. So just for an everyday riding car, I would not go for the QV kit. I think it looks extremely sporty and spectacular. Yes, definitely. But more suitable for your everyday riding will surely be the non-QV version. What's my first conclusion? Well, I think it's a very beautiful car, and I think it can set the sails for the return of Alfa, especially in this segment, and also overall as a brand, because they have definitely struggled those years. But now let's check out the interior, because this one will be the most crucial part. Of course, you have the highest trim level here, so you also got these very sporty seats with Alcantara or Dynamica, this microfiber on the inside then. And let's sit down, let's see. Got a lot of support here, very much support at the side, so really sporty. And well, the steering wheel, also with the red button, reminds us a little bit of some Audi setups, I would say. And this had actually nothing to do which we have seen from Alfa Romeo from the past years. It is something completely different, I can tell you. And especially the build quality. And you know, with automotive interiors, they evolve step by step. And one big subject is, for example, that you also use carbon fiber in the interiors now, because then you can just save some kilograms with a seat, which is important for a car that is also set on this sporty racing style. And also even for the foams at the inside of the doors, for example, there you can also use some natural materials meanwhile. Maybe put 15-20% natural material in there, and you can save also some more weight and also some resources. We'll soon tell you more about this kind of subject. But here, so far, let's test some buttons, and actually they feel quite okay. Not the highest quality as we expect, for example, from Audi. This is still a difference, but it's also one of the first cars here. What has completely changed is the climate control in the middle part. You'll soon also see that one better. And this one, for example, has a completely new racing style now, and I really like it. And for example, also just when putting the shifting, there were very short shifting ways. Feels also kind of sporty here. So you cannot really compare to an Alfa before. Really more oriented on German premium manufacturers, I would say, also with this carbon layer here. This one seems a little bit loose, but again, it's always the question if it's just because of the pre-production model or if it will remain the same all the time. Everything else, for example, also the dashboard, for example, really well executed here, and I really like what I see. Also this design line, you see where it's kind of higher here and then leads to a kind of smaller gap here, and the classic instruments with the digital screen inside. So this looks really promising for Alfa Romeo so far. And one short look at the rear, actually it's a little bit complicated to get inside, but then, well, there's some knee space here left. It's actually quite amazing because there's not too much space here around with your foot, but then you've saved something from the front seat, and this is also kind of special technology that you can save actually knee space, and because you save space inside the seat. It's very interesting actually. From the headroom, there's still something left, even, well, it's a sedan, the roofline is falling actually, so you can actually sit here also as a tall person if you don't pick any panoramic roof. So I'm quite surprised that it's a sporty sedan, but the space we offered here is actually quite good. Also because the seats are sporty and you go down a lot, so you sit relatively low here also in the back. And now we're here with Gerardo Corsini from Faurecia. This is a supplier of the interior of the Alfa Giulia, and it's actually very exciting to see the story, what's behind the interior and what technologies are in such a modern automotive interior. So what's the very special thing here about the new Giulia in the interior?
Yeah, with the Alfa Giulia IP, we are going to implement basically 3 different new innovations. The very dominant one is the Deco display. It is a display which is integrated into a decoration element and is a display on the other hand. When shutting it off, it is a fully black panel. It's a fully black panel decoration part.
So it's the case because it's on the same level here. So
it's on the same level. It's curved. The display itself is a TFT technology, not curved, no touch function. That was not requested here. But the part itself is a full decoration part with a black panel effect. And when we switch it off, it works as a decoration display. And when it's switched on, it works once again as a full display as requested. The next innovations, world premiere as well, are our decoration parts. In that case, wood. It's real wood.
So it's open cell wood as well?
Yeah, it's open pore wood. It is made in a specific way, in an innovation which we have implemented and invented. It is a possibility to flexibilize the wood, that we can even achieve very, very small radii. It can be put into an ejection tool and can be back injected and used as a regular decoration part.
How is it with the weight? Because especially for a sporty car like the Alfa Romeo should be, what about when using wood? Is it like heavier than other parts or is it even lighter?
This is not heavier, not lighter. It's a decoration part, and decoration parts anyhow are not the main contributor when it comes to vehicle mass or mass of the IP. With the Alfa Romeo Giulia, we are implementing first time a material which we call naphthalene. It's a material which is based on 20% bio content. With this material, we were able to even achieve an up to 25% weight reduction with the IP.
That is below that?
It is behind. It is the carrier of the IP, which is later on foamed, and in that case then covered by leather.
So it's a kind of spray foam, which is then included, for example, with cannabis.
The base carrier is a polypropylene with natural fiber, 20% natural fiber. The natural fiber itself is hemp.
Ah, okay.
It's industrial hemp, so from that perspective, no issues. It's industrial hemp. Hemp has proven as one of the best biomaterials. It doesn't need any additional water, doesn't need any specific treatment. It grows very well and doesn't require specific treatment while growing, and it is not in competition with food industry. So therefore, it's an ideal part. It gives us the full strength which we need for the material. So the material specifications or the part specifications can be fully achieved with this biomaterial. We have proven that and validated. So even airbag functions are 100% ensured with this new material.
So would you say that in the future, will it be possible to make the whole, or let's say most part of the interior really from natural resources? Will that be the case in future?
It will be. So we can expand this the usage of this naphthalene. So far, still 20% of natural material, of renewable material. Our ultimate goal is then even producing the plastic component out of natural feedstock. So that we use residuals from vegetal residuals, which are processed and where we create then a bioplastic composite from.
Yeah, and then as we started, back now to the week again, back to the customer of the Alfa. So with this special new interior, what do you think, what will be the most special thing for the customer of a new Giulia when he or she sits down in this interior then?
I think in that configuration, really the deco display, this very first and new implementation of a combination of decoration part and display, and that is something where we think the future is going to. So we will see in future even more surfaces becoming functional and functions being integrated into surfaces. At the end, the whole area is too precious to use it only for one purpose, either decoration or function. And the great thing in future, when it specifically comes to more intuitive usage of vehicle, is really the implementation of large surfaces being combined with displays and decoration function.
Does the showcase work with touch or with the controls? Is it connected?
This version, as said, will not work with touchscreen. That was not requested, and even the position in that area would not be ideal for a touchscreen. In other applications, we could do even touchscreens. In that version, it is not.
So, well, theoretically, with this layout, you could also make it touch.
Yeah. We could do it in such a configuration. We could do it with touchscreen as well. Yes.
All right. Thanks for this background information. So we also know more about automotive interiors now, because usually when you buy a car, it's just you buy the car and that's kind of it, and you don't think about how many parts are actually built in the car, how many single parts. Now we actually know more about the interior, and next time maybe we'll also do an exterior special. So thanks again for watching.